This is the final step to understand concept of scheme. So let's delve deeper into the generalization to schemes. A scheme is a mathematical object that generalizes the concept of an affine scheme. While an affine scheme is associated with a single ring, a scheme can be built from many rings glued together along common subsets. This allows us to study more complex geometric objects that cannot be described by a single ring. The concept of a scheme was introduced by Alexander Grothendieck and his collaborators in the 1960s as a way to unify various strands of algebraic geometry. Like an affine scheme, a scheme comes with a Zariski topology and a structure sheaf. The Zariski topology on a scheme is a bit more complicated than on an affine scheme, because it has to take into account the way the different rings are glued together. The structure sheaf on a scheme is also more complex, because it has to deal with functions that are defined on different parts of the scheme. Despite these complexities, the Zariski topology and the structure sheaf give us a way to do algebra and topology on the scheme. Morphisms of schemes are functions that preserve the structure of the schemes, just like morphisms of affine schemes. However, morphisms of schemes have to deal with the additional complexity of the gluing together of rings. A morphism of schemes is a continuous function that commutes with the structure sheaves of the schemes. This means that it preserves the algebraic and topological structure of the schemes. Schemes have many of the same properties as affine schemes, such as being quasi-compact and quasi-separated. However, they also have additional properties that come from the way the rings are glued together. For example, a scheme can be connected or disconnected, reduced or non-reduced, integral or non-integral, and so on. These properties allow us to classify schemes and study their behavior. Schemes are the most general kind of objects studied in algebraic geometry. They allow us to study complex geometric objects that cannot be described by a single ring. By understanding the properties of schemes, we can gain insight into the structure of these more complex geometric objects. Schemes have been used to solve many important problems in algebraic geometry, number theory, and related fields. In summary, a scheme is a generalization of an affine scheme that allows us to study more complex geometric objects. It comes with a Zariski topology and a structure sheaf, and it has morphisms that preserve its structure. The study of schemes is a central part of algebraic geometry, and it provides a powerful framework for understanding the geometry and algebra of a wide range of mathematical objects.